Well, thanks for watching our daily 4 News Now Coronavirus Report. I'm Derek Dice. As your coronavirus headquarters, we continue to cover the news impacting your family both locally and nationally. Another person has died in Spokane County, and the number of confirmed COVID-19 cases has increased slightly now to 348. Across the state, more than 13,000 people have tested positive for the virus. It's killed 738 people in Washington. In Idaho, we are entering our 4th day without a new report of COVID-19 in Kootenai County, but cases are still increasing around the state. Businesses in Idaho are starting to say when they'll likely reopen. That's in response to Governor Brad Little announcing the first stage of his plan to restart the economy beginning this Friday. Stage 1 runs for 2 weeks. Some retailers, daycares, camps, and places of worship can reopen if they follow physical distancing and proper sanitation protocol. Stage 2 would start on May 16th. This is when restaurant dining rooms, gyms and recreational facilities, and hair salons could reopen. The 3rd stage would start May 30th. It would allow gatherings of 10 to 50 people as long as social distancing practices are allowed. This is also when the state will stop its 2-week quarantine for people entering the state. The last stage will begin June 13th. This is when bars and nightclubs could reopen and visits to senior living facilities would be allowed. Gatherings of more than 50 people would also be allowed to resume in stage 4. But for those stages to happen as scheduled, people need to follow social distancing and continue to wash their hands often. Governor Little highlighted the importance of that in an interview Friday in Coeur d'Alene.
It's really important for people to continue all the things that they've done an incredible job of doing, of social distancing, of good hygiene, particularly if you're not feeling good at all, of staying home.
For more information about Idaho's steps to reopen, just head to our website at kxly.com. The CDC has just added several new symptoms of COVID-19. Take a look at these. In addition to a cough, fever, and shortness of breath, you've heard of those. People infected by the virus can also have chills, muscle pain, headaches, a sore throat, and loss of taste or smell. These symptoms can show up between 2 and 14 days after exposure to coronavirus. The #1 priority to get states back up and running right now is testing, but antibody testing could face problems. The New York Times reporting a group of scientists tested 14 coronavirus antibody tests, and only 3 of them delivered consistently reliable results. Health officials and the World Health Organization warn even if you get an accurate test and have antibodies, there's still no conclusive evidence of immunity.
I get sick again, how long is that antibody protective for? And until this virus has been around a long time, we won't know that.
That as new diagnostic COVID-19 testing sites are popping up all over the country. In Iowa, first responders believed to be infected are getting tested at a drive-through clinic. The COVID Tracking Project says Saturday, 300,000 COVID-19 tests were conducted. That's a one-day record in the U.S., and it brings the country's total above 5 million. If you plan to file for unemployment this week in Washington, you'll join about 1 million other people. That's why the Employment Security Department is asking that you wait until tomorrow to file if you can. That will help you avoid the Monday surge and ease the strain on the system as a record number of people feel the pains of losing their job. You should be able to get an update on when your stimulus cash will hit your bank account. The IRS's website closed for maintenance this weekend, but it's back up and running now. You can find a link to that on our website, kxly.com. And while things start to open up in Idaho, frustrations continue to boil over for some Washington fishermen. This was the scene near Seattle this weekend. A similar protest played out in Moses Lake. Fishing is currently banned under Governor Jay Inslee's stay-home order. That's why these people hit the water in protest.
It's sad, because Washington is a lot of fishermen, a lot of angler here. I take my kids out, every weekend, and this is what we do.
Governor Inslee will make an announcement this afternoon. He'll be joined by Fish and Wildlife and state park officials at 2:30. Last week, the governor hinted that he could be looking at easing some restrictions on outdoor activities, although his office hasn't specifically said what that would entail. You can watch that announcement at 2:30 on kxly.com. New Zealand is praising its, quote, elimination of coronavirus as the country eases its restrictions. Businesses and schools will be allowed to partially reopen tomorrow, and people must social distance 2 meters apart. But public spaces like libraries, museums, and gyms will remain closed. Within the last 24 hours, New Zealand Zealand reported just 1 new coronavirus case, 4 probable, and 1 new death, bringing its total to more than 1,400 people with confirmed cases and 19 deaths. Closer to home, Santa Claus is coming to North Idaho way earlier than expected. Starting next week, the big fella will return to Coeur d'Alene for a Christmas in Quarantine food drive. It's a cute idea with an important mission. Coeur d'Alene firefighters with IAFF Local 710 will travel around town in their throwback fire engine collecting food with jolly old St. Nick. And here is how you can help the cause.
We're asking people to bring non-perishable items to the end of their driveway or on the sidewalk. Our firefighters will jump out and collect them.
Firefighters say they'll share the specific route on Facebook. All donations will be sent to the Community Action Partnership of Coeur d'Alene. All right, thanks for taking the time to stay informed here with 4 News Now, your local coronavirus headquarters. We hope you stay safe, stay healthy, and have a great Monday.